This is the new Apple Watch Series 8, so let's unbox it and see if it's actually worth upgrading from the Series 7, 6, 5, or even the 4. So taking a look at the box, it's pretty much identical to the Series 7 box, and it has this very plain white look with literally no color, and this reminds me of the iPhone 6 box from back in the day, which in my opinion was the worst iPhone box ever. And the box opens in the same way as before, so you just lift these tabs, and then you get the actual box inside. In fact, you get two boxes, so you get the Apple Watch box, and then you get the box for the strap. So let's break the seal and see if there's anything different. Lift up the top, and there it is, the Apple Watch Series 8 wrapped in this this cardboard pouch. Before we actually used to get a fabric one. And then we get the quick start guide, which the iPhone 14 does not come with anymore. Warranty on the safety guide, no Apple stickers. And then we get the charging cable, which does support fast charging. So this is a USB Type-C to Apple Watch charger. Okay, so now let's compare the Series 8 against some of the older models and see which one is worth upgrading from. So I gotta say, the Series 8 overall is a very small upgrade over the Series 7. So the main new feature is that temperature sensor, which works for cycle tracking and for improved sleep tracking, which I gotta say is already pretty good. And then you also get car crash detection, but that's pretty much it. So I myself am not upgrading from the Series 7, I'm just sticking with this because the upgrades are just way too small. The Series 7, on the other hand, was actually a pretty big upgrade over the Series 6. So it introduced a new design that was a bit more rounded, thinner bezels, a larger display, and fast charging. And I mentioned this before, but fast charging has completely changed the way that I use my Apple Watch. Charging it for just a few minutes before bed allows me to fully utilize sleep tracking, which was not even an option with my Series 5 that I was using before. So if you have a Series 6 or older, upgrading to the Series 8 would give you all of the improvements that the Series 7 brought to the table. Then the Series 6 was once again a small upgrade, just like the Series 8, so it added a new chip, the S6, which was 20% faster. By the way, the Series 7 and the Series 8, they both use that same S8 chip, just with a new name. It also added the oxygen level meter, the U1 chip, which hasn't really been used that much, and a brighter always-on display outdoors by 2.5 times. Then the Series 5 was once again a big upgrade. It added the always-on display, which was a huge feature, international emergency calling, and the new S5 chip, which was more efficient, and the compass. And then the Series 4 was actually a big upgrade. We got a new design, significantly thinner bezels, a larger display, the ECG meter, the S4 chip, which was twice the speed of the S3. So yeah, the Series 4 was a huge upgrade. So now that you know all the differences and all the upgrades from one generation to another, should you upgrade from any of those to the Series 8? And I think that really depends on how you currently use your Apple Watch. So if you use it for just viewing your notifications, honestly don't upgrade. It doesn't matter what Apple Watch you have. Even if you have a Series 3, just don't upgrade to the Series 8. You won't really get anything new in this regard. Now, if you use it as a watch with some beautiful watch faces, and by the way, we do get a lot of new watch faces, I would say that you should upgrade to anything that's newer than the Series 5, because that's the one that gives you that always-on display. And if you're currently using your Apple Watch mostly for fitness and health, in that case, I would say upgrade if you have anything that's older than a Series 6, because the Series 6 is the one that introduces the oxygen level meter and an always-on altimeter. So those are quite useful. And of course, the Series 8 introduces the body temperature sensor for cycle tracking and that sleep tracking that I mentioned before. Okay, so now that we clarified that, what about the Apple Watch SE? Should you upgrade to the Series 8 if you have the original SE? And what about the SE 2? Should you even get that? Well, the original SE was simply an Apple Watch Series 5 without an always-on display. That's what it was. So once again, if you care about the always-on display or the fitness-focused features that the Series 6 introduced. Oh, and by the way, the SE1 does not have an ECG meter, so it also lacks that. But yeah, if you care about these, then definitely upgrade to the Series 8. And when it comes to the SE2, the only difference between the SE2 and the SE1 is that the SE2 introduces the S8 chip, which compared to the S5 is 20% faster, and the car crash detection. So if you want those, I guess, but to be honest, I would say if you're on a budget, just get a used Series 5. The thing with the Apple Watch is that the upgrades year over year are pretty small, and they're getting smaller and smaller year by year. But if you wait a few generations and then you upgrade, then you're gonna get a lot of improvements. So in that case, I do think that upgrading will be worth it. What I personally do is I keep my Apple Watch for about 2 years, and then I upgrade to the new model. That's usually when the upgrades are worthy for me. But I do think that it is a bit of a shame that they just don't offer us more customization options. I mean, sure, we have a lot of bands to pick from, a lot of watch faces, but when it comes to the shape, it is a bit boring. We've had the same shape for, well, since the very first Apple Watch in 2015. I would really love for Apple to have a circular Apple Watch, at least to offer us the option to pick that as well. But okay, what if you're thinking of getting the stainless steel version of the Apple Watch Series 8, as it looks far more premium? Well, in that case, did you guys know that a 45mm version of it costs the same as the Apple Watch Ultra? In that case, should you go for a stainless steel Apple Watch Series 8 or an Apple Watch Ultra? Well, here's what the Apple Watch Ultra offers you that the Apple Watch Series 8 does not. So the first thing is a much brighter display, 2000 nits compared to 1000 on the Series 8. So if you do a lot of outdoor activities, then the Apple Watch Ultra will be a much better choice. The Apple Watch Ultra also has that action button, which is actually quite useful. You can assign it to different actions and apps, so that's super nice to have. On top of that, we also have double the water resistance of 100 meters compared to 50. We have a water depth sensor and a water temperature sensor. And if you use that new diving app, which unfortunately you have to pay for separately, you will be able to take advantage of those new sensors. The Apple Watch Ultra also has the siren functionality, which is able to output a very loud noise up to 86 decibel, which is audible up to 182 meters or 600 feet according to Apple. So that could potentially be a lifesaver. Then we also have dual GPS antennas for more accuracy. The iPhone 14 Pro, by the way, has this too. We have double the battery life, 36 hours instead of 18 hours, which is expandable to 60 hours via the new low power mode. Although if you are doing a lot of outdoor workouts, the battery life improvement is not that massive. So we get 10 hours of outdoor workouts with GPS and cellular compared to 6 hours on the Series 8. So that's what the Apple Watch Ultra offers you that the Series 8 does not. But the Series 8 also has a couple of interesting features that the Ultra doesn't have. For example, you get a much smaller and lighter body, which also comes in two sizes, 41 and 45 millimeters, compared to the only option of 49 on the Apple Watch Ultra. Of course, you get way more color options, and the Series 8 is also way more elegant, especially if you get the stainless steel model. So you can use this at formal events, meetings, not so much with the Ultra, as it is quite bulky and it doesn't really look that elegant. Series 8 also offers you faster fast charging, 80% in 45 minutes compared to 1 hour on the Ultra, and that's because the Ultra does have almost double the battery capacity compared to the Series 8. But let me know, what do you guys think? And if you are upgrading to the Series 8, and if so, which model are you upgrading from? Stay tuned for Apple Watch Ultra coverage, which is starting next week. And also check out our latest video on the iPhone 14 Pro, where I'm going over my thoughts after the first few hours of use and also testing out a few new features. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Daniel, this is ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.